Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today we are looking at a paper from the Hugging Face Trending List, published on December 4th, 2025, just yesterday. It introduces an agentic multimodal reward model that can call tools like image cropping and document retrieval, and it reports a plus 16.2% average improvement on reward modeling benchmarks, along with strong gains on tool use and reasoning tasks. The paper is titled ARM Thinker, Reinforcing Multimodal Generative Reward Models with Agentic Tool Use and Visual Reasoning. And as we will see later, the idea of turning reward models into active tool using agents has some pretty significant implications for how we evaluate complex vision language systems. Figure 1 shows that turning the reward model into a tool using agent leads to more accurate and better justified judgments. The left case comparison panel illustrates a document question answering example where the agent calls a page retrieval tool to find the correct zip code, while the baseline misreads the document. The top right panel summarizes the 3 benchmark task types that require different tools. The bottom right panel reports that this agentic design yields clearly higher scores across reward modeling, tool use with images, and broader reasoning benchmarks. Figure 2 explains how the system actually thinks and learns, showing both the agent loop and the training pipeline. The left panel illustrates the Think, Act, Observe cycle, where the model keeps a memory map, decides whether to call tools, and integrates tool responses before giving a reward judgment. The right panel depicts training, where supervised cold start data and a 2-stage reinforcement process encourage good tool calls and then refine accuracy with verifiable rewards. Table 1 compares the new ARM Bench VL benchmark against previous reward benchmarks, showing that it is designed for richer and more tool-aware evaluation. The table lists how many tasks each benchmark covers, how many cases it contains, and what question formats it uses, such as pair reward modeling, which means comparing 2 candidate answers. The final column highlights that only ARM Bench VL explicitly supports tool use, so it directly tests whether a reward model can reason with external evidence. Alright, Table 2 shows that turning the reward model into an active tool using agent yields clearly higher accuracy than all baselines across every benchmark. The header explains 3 groups of tests covering multimodal hallucination and reasoning, text-only pair judgments, and the new tool-aware benchmark. The main highlight is the bottom row, where ARM Thinker 7B reaches 67.8% on VL Reward Bench and 64.6% on ARM Bench VL, so the average gain is about 16 points over the base model. Table 3 shows that ARM Thinker 7B is not just good at judging answers, it is also a strong visual tool user. The header row organizes results into V-star, 2 HR bench settings, and the MMERW benchmark, plus an overall average column that summarizes performance. In these Think with Images benchmarks, which require iterative zoom and style inspection, the model reaches about 77% average accuracy. The highlighted bottom row lists its detailed scores and shows roughly 10 percentage point gains over the underlying QN baseline, so the agentic tool use clearly transfers to practical visual reasoning tasks. So to wrap up, ARM Thinker shows that reward models work much better when they act like small agents, actively calling tools to inspect images, retrieve pages, and verify constraints. This shift makes evaluations both more accurate and more transparent. That is it for this episode of the AI Research Roundup. I am Alex. Thanks for listening.